Hello, this is Mike Lively from Northern Kentucky University, and today we're going to start Flexiblerails 2, and specifically we're going to talk about instant Rails and plugins. Now, when you're running Ruby on Rails, you need 6 things. You need a web server, Ruby, Rails, a database, text editor, and a web browser. Now, WebRick comes with Ruby on Rails, nothing you need to do there specifically. It's not powerful enough for the web, but it's powerful enough for development work. And then Ruby on Rails, we've already installed that. But what we didn't install last time was the database. And you can actually have some problems here, and the reason being is maybe on your development system you're running other web services and the database can interfere. So what do? Well, there's something to come to your rescue. It's called Instant Rails, and we're going to show you how to install that. And then later on we'll treat the text editor and the web browser. Now, one of the great things about Instant Rails is it does not interfere with your system configuration. So we're going to go ahead and install that, and that's going to install everything for us in one big package. It's going to live in a single folder, and it's going to install our Apache, our MySQL, our web server, everything we need without any fuss at all. So let's go about the business of installing Instant Rails. Now, Instant Rails is only for a Windows machine. However, there are versions being worked on for Linux and Mac. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the Instant Rails website. So go ahead and click on this site, instantrails.rubyforge.org/wiki/wiki.pl. We'll go there right now. And we're on the Instant Rails site. Now, the only complaint people really have about Instant Rails is this control console. But I've worked with it. It doesn't seem much of an issue for me, but then again, I understand why it's there as far as the programming is concerned. And you're just going to come along here and you're going to download the whole package. It's one unzipped and it has everything you need, and it doesn't change your system parameters. Let's go ahead and download that file. And we're going to download it to our desktop, for example. And I've already done that, so I won't do that again. And once it's downloaded, you just unzip it and place it in the folder you want it to go in. So let's do that right now. So here's the Instant Rails zip on my desktop. So go ahead and unzip that. And I've already done that, so I won't unzip it again. And when you unzip it, you get a folder that looks like this. So here's our Instant Rails folder, and let's click on that and see what's inside. And you can see it's got a bunch of packages that's going to allow us to run Ruby on Rails without any headache. And there's that MySQL database I've been looking for, and I'm ready to proceed. Let's go ahead and take this folder and put it on our C drive and get Instant Rails running. So I'm in my C drive. Let's go ahead and copy the Instant Rails folder in there. So let's paste it. So I've pasted the Instant Rails folder into my C drive. Let's click on that, and you notice there's a README file. Let's go down to that, and let's open up that README file. And it will take you through the steps you need to get Instant Rails up and going on your computer. One thing we want to do is click on the I icon and type in 127.0.0.0.1 www.mycookbook.com. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on the I icon, and it's going to tell me Instant Rails has moved, and do you want to regenerate configuration files? And yes, I do. So click OK. And now I'm going to click on this I icon right here and go to Configure and to Windows host file. And I already have in this config right here, 127.0.0.1 www.mycookbook.com. So that's ready. Let's go ahead and save that. And let's go back to my README file. We can close that out. And the next step is to select Rails Application, Manage Rails Application. And check the box that says Cookbook Application and click the Start Mongrel button. So let's go and do that right now. Go to Rails Application, Manage Rails Application. Let's check Cookbook and check the Start with Mongrel application, and we're up. And we can see that application is starting up. Good. And now let's see what's next. We can go ahead and close this now, and we'll keep this console out. And the last thing we want to try to do is actually navigate to the www.mycookbook.com site. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We'll open up a browser and see if it works. Paste that in and hit run. And it worked. Now, some people have difficulty at this spot because they may have another server running. Make sure you turn off your other servers, and then you should not have a problem with this. If you do, just search the documentation on the web and you should be able to clear it up. This is a pretty dumb install, and it works really well, and it's great for developing. Creates that MySQL database piece for you automatically, which I'm happy with. I'm going to be running all this on a server anyway. Give me fast development. It makes it easier for me to bring a student into my shop and bring them up to speed very rapidly, and then developing Ruby on Rails without worrying about all the install intricacies. So we're ready to go. Let's go to the I menu once again and click Open Ruby Console Window. So we have the console window, and we can start working in Ruby on Rails. Now, one of the banes of any programmer's existence, certainly in education, is a login system. It is not necessarily easy to do, but Ruby on Rails makes it simple, and integrating it with Flex gives you a tremendous IDE or API interface that can't be beat. So let me show you how basically to begin the process of creating a login system, and we're going to use what's called a Rails plugin. Now, what is a plugin? Well, extends the class structure of functionality of Ruby on Rails, and there's 5 good places to get plugins from: TechnoWeenie, Core Rails, Rails Wiki, Top Funky, and Plugin Directory. So let's show you how to install a plugin. And we're going to get our plugin, RESTful Rails, from TechnoWeenie. Now, one of the great things about Ruby on Rails is there's a number of just super dynamic plugins. And what we're going to do today is show you how to install a plugin. We're going to go to My Documents and create a skeleton app as we did last time. We're going to go to TechnoWeenie and grab the address of the RESTful plugin, which will enable us to basically create a login system with the click of a button. And then we're actually going to show you how to install it in Windows. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So you want to go to TechnoWeenie, techno-weenie.net, and we're here right now. And you want to go to More Ruby on Rails plugin, and this is a site created by a young man, 26 years old. His name is Rick Olson. So thanks, Rick Olson, for this site. And now let's go to the plugins, and we're going to look for RESTful authentication. So click on that, and we're just going to copy this URL, and now we're ready to go to Rails and start the install process.